Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with part 2 of this Tales of the Vargas Vault, focusing again on my Marvel alternate reality comic books. Last episode we finished off with the 1602 main series. Now we have the 1602 New World miniseries, where they're trying to, create a settlement in America. But Norman Osborn is causing trouble for everyone, and they also have the Hulk here. Main thing about this series, this is issue 2, is that they introduced Spider-Man. Spider got when they were sending Steve Rogers back in to the future. they A spider got in that whole energy thing, and it bit the Peter Parker of this timeline, so he started developing spider powers. They also had this Iron Man guy in issue 3. And issue 4. The main thing is that Norman Osborn is trying to get rid of the Native Americans, who no longer have the guidance of Steve Rogers, but they have Spider-Man. So, Spider-Man helps them out, and they catch Osborn, and they're gonna send him back to Europe. And then we have 1602 Fantastic Four. Like I said, the Fantastic Four are these explorers on a ship, and they were given their Fantastic Four powers through this storm. But Doctor Doom basically wants to take the Fantastic to Atlantis to fix his face, which was scarred in the main series. And they meet up with the Inhumans, and they meet up with Namor and everything. That's issue 3. That's issue 4. And issue 5. They also something I thought was a nice touch is that they actually Doctor Doom kidnaps this writer to chronicle his incredible story, and it turns out to be William Shakespeare. I thought that was a nice touch. And we have Spider-Man 1602. This is a newer miniseries that came out. Spider-Man is tasked to take Norman Osborn back to Europe to face criminal charges. But they introduced things like the Lizard and Dr. Octopus. This is issue 2. Issue 3. Issue 4. And issue 5. So I really like this. If they revisit the 1602 universe, I'd pick up another mini. I wouldn't make it a regular series, but another mini would be cool. Now, another alternate universe book series that came out was the Mangaverse universe. But I also made a video about that, so that's why they're not in this box. Because I already talked about that, in case anyone was wondering. So, then we have the Marvel Maxi Series, Earth X. This is after Alex Ross did Kingdom Come for DC, someone asked him, well, if you had a chance to do it with the Marvel Universe, far future where everything's darker and, how would you handle that? And Alex Ross actually answered that with a bunch of sketches in this Wizard special. He developed the concept for Earth X, where Captain America is this worn down superhero, and Thor is this female, and Namor has half of him in fire after an incident with Franklin, and the Hulk is this mindless monkey thing. And people really liked and they were really curious about what he did here. So Marvel came to him and they were like, make this into a real thing. And so he did. He teamed up with, I forget his name, but he's Kruger. who's worked with Alex Ross in Injustice, that DC miniseries. So they fleshed out everything, and they released the Earth X books, which started out as a 14 issue series. Again, this is like the Kingdom Come of the Marvel Universe, wherein everything bad that could happen happens. Everyone in the world gets turned into a mutant, so everyone has mutant power. So there's no humans left in this universe, and everyone, when everyone has superpowers, the obvious happen. They start causing chaos and everything. At the same time, there's this Red Skull kid. This kid calling himself the Red Skull, who's telepathically controlling everyone to obey him. And Captain America actually sets out to stop him. In this future, since everyone's a mutant, so there's no need for the X-Men, so they split apart. Storm is married to T'Challa. Wolverine is married to Jean Grey, but he's a slob. He drinks beer all day, and it's really insulting what they did to Wolverine in this. Captain America, is the only human-looking person left, along with the Red Skull kid. Everyone else has been mutated, and they got this Daredevil that can never die. But just some really, really interesting concepts, and the covers done by Alex Ross are amazing. I freaking love the covers of this miniseries. In the future, Ben Grimm is married to Alicia Masters, and they have kids. And Sue Storm and Johnny Storm died during a confrontation with Doctor Doom when he teamed up with Namor. Franklin Richards cursed Namor, so half of his body is in flames, when he's in the air. And Reed Richards has become this obsessed person living in the castle of Doctor Doom. Just some really, really interesting ideas here. But again, the covers were just really, really cool. Everything that Alex Ross does is amazing. And the great thing about the covers is they interlock. So if you put all the 12 issues, the 14 issues together, you have this massive image. I've actually been thinking of finding a big enough frame so I can put every image together, because I haven't seen a poster of this. Here we have issue 5 with that female Thor, Odin, trying to teach Thor a lesson, turns her into a woman, and the Avengers died, I think, in a battle against Ultron. So Tony Stark recreates them in these Iron Man type Avengers with the personalities of all the classic guys. The only original one is the Vision. Everyone else died. And this is issue 6 with Scott Summers leading a team of mutants. And this is issue 7 with the Hulk. The Hulk was actually split. So the Hulk personality is this giant ape-looking thing, and Banner got turned into a kid. And we have issue 8. The Venom symbiote bonded to May Parker, Spider-Man's daughter. And Spider-Man, since everyone has great power, he has no responsibility. So again, he also becomes a slob. And we have issue 9, which has the Inhumans. And near the end of this, it's revealed that Black Bolt actually released Terrigen mists. So everyone's not actually a mutant. They're an Inhuman. So, yeah, I thought that was a nice twist. So, and Black Bolt, he actually travels to the moon and blinds the Watcher. So he can't see anymore. Which is another thing in the plot, is that the Watcher abducts Machine Man, so he can become the new Watcher. But at the same time, they're dealing with the kid that's the Red Skull, that's telepathically controlling everyone and, running across America. Mind controlling everyone. And then at the same time, they have to deal with the Celestials. Because it's revealed that the Celestials go from planet to planet, and they implant a seed within the planet, which is the vibranium in each planet. It's basically a baby Celestial. So the Celestials genetically manipulate the inhabitants of the planet so that they can protect the baby Celestial from Galactus. So the Celestials are the ones that have been manipulating mankind to reach the point until they give birth to superheroes, so they can protect the baby Celestial. So, but Galactus comes to Earth, and the superheroes try to stop him until they realize that he's actually trying to stop the Celestials. Actually, no, the Celestials are the ones that travel to Earth because they want to wipe the slate clean, and they summon Galactus, and Galactus actually gives them some fight. And Galactus devours the Celestial seed, and by issue X, which is the 14th issue in the series, Captain Marvel returns, and he sets about this new plan. And then for a couple of years they didn't do anything, but then they continue it with Universe X. This is another sketchbook that Alex Ross did to promote the series. And what happens here is that Captain Marvel decides that he wants to stop death. So all the superheroes put giant torches in the atmosphere to burn out the Terrigen mists. But at the same time, Captain Marvel is in this quest to obtain objects of power, like the Infinity Gauntlet, the Cosmic Cube, because he's going to need all that power to defeat death. So they actually also touch upon Death's realm, what happens when everyone dies in the world they inhabit, which I thought was really, really cool. And they also talk about that because of the celestial manipulation, people keep evolving until the point that they become, they develop superpowers first, and then they develop shape-shifting power, so they can choose their own powers. And then what happens is that they evolve to the point where they lose their identity, and if someone imagines them as, let's say, Spider-Man, they become Spider-Man. Another thing is that Spider-Man actually learns, gets back into the fold, and he gets in shape, and he becomes a policeman. They also deal with alternate. Actually, no, that happens in another one. They're still dealing with the death thing. This cover I also really liked. It's a very simple cover, but I liked it. So they're dealing with the whole thing, and Captain Marvel is he's kind of split. His physical form is in Earth, getting the objects of power, while his spirit is in the Death world, rallying all the dead superheroes to help him fight against death. And these covers also combine to this massive image. This cover is also really cool with T'Challa holding the Cosmic Cube. This one was kind of disturbing. Jamie Madrox, the Multiple Man, was kind of lost somewhere, so he had to resort to cannibalism. He had to eat one of his own clones. So that kind of turns him into the Wendigo. So they have this giant army of Wendigos attacking T'Challa. I thought that was really, really weird and messed up at the same time. Then we got issue 9. Basically, another thing that's going on is that the Earth is ending because Galactus took the Celestial seed out of the Earth's core. So the planet has nothing to maintain the Earth together. So the world's basically ending, while at the same time all the superpowered beings don't want the torches to remove the Terrigen mists. So there's this huge chaos involving the superpowered people, involving they bring in the Absorbing Man to try to cause even more chaos, and it just a really bleak, dark universe because everything bad is happening. And basically what everything ends up is that the Absorbing Man turns into vibranium, So he travels to the Earth's core and he, stops Earth's destruction. Captain Marvel is able to reunite enough energy to kill Death, so no one else can die anymore. And so yeah, everything seems to resolve, but then at the same time, everything still gets kind of messed up. Then they released this miniseries called Heralds. Machine Man actually forms this team of superheroes from alternate realities. So we got Hyperion, we got Storm that got turned into a vampire, we got Arno Stark, which was the 20 Spider-Man from 2029, I think. We had Spider Girl, we had Deathlock, we had the Wolverine from Days of Future Past, and I forgot his name, but he's in an alternate reality where Mars attacks Earth. Kilgraven? I think his name was that. I don't remember. But I really like this because I thought the combination of characters was really, really cool. And basically, they're traveling through different alternate realities to warn people about the celestial seed. So they travel like to a whole bunch of different alternate realities, and they dwell more into the multiverse here. And the whole thing concludes in Paradise X. Everything seemed to be resolved, but now no one can die. They killed Death, so no one can die. But if someone gets like his arm cut off or sustains really bad damage, they can't die. So they're in constant agonizing pain. So now the quest is to figure out a way to get people to die because Captain Marvel thinks he did a good thing by killing Death, but then he realizes that he made a huge, huge mistake. While at the same time, Captain Marvel uses parts of the cosmic cube to give everyone their own heaven, because heaven doesn't exist apparently. So he creates each heaven for everyone else. So, but he needs his own army. So he has like Doctor Doom, he has the Phoenix, he has Ant-Man, he has Iron Man, he has Captain America and Black Bolt, and he creates his own army of like angels to patrol the universe. But they feel that something's up with Captain Marvel because what happened is that he got split. He's living in the human world, still in the body of a child, and his cosmic self has become like really, really powerful. So things are again looking bleak because they're trying to fix everything. And this actually has some really, really cool crossovers. Like, they have Spider Girl meeting up with Venom Spider Girl, which I thought was really cool. And they had Normal Storm meet up with Bloodstorm, which is that storm that was turned into a vampire. And another really good one, they had Days of Future Past Wolverine meet up with his fat insult version. And another thing I forgot to mention, Belasco, the demon lord that has been pestering the X-Men for a long while. It turned out that he was Kurt Wagner, Nightcrawler. I thought that was really, really interesting what they did there. But yeah. Okay, next we have Paradise X4. They kind of reveal a little bit of Wolverine's origin in this one. The Celestials took part of humanity and mutated them, but they left some of humanity without evolving. So that was the tribe of Moon Boy. It's revealed that Moon Boy is actually the 100% pure human, and Wolverine and Sabretooth are actually descendants of that pure human tribe. Uh, that's why they have the healing factor and everything. I thought that was weird, but it was an interesting take on Wolverine. Then we have Paradise X5. And we have Devils. Basically, the way that they think that they're going to resolve this is that since death can't take anyone, there's no way for people to die. But they go in search of this guy whose name escapes me. I think he's the Etrophy Man. I'm probably pronouncing that badly, but I'm pretty sure it's the Entropy Band. Basically, what he does is that he disintegrates you with a touch. So they track him down to be the new Death because, again, people can't physically die, so they need a way to die. Otherwise, uh, people are in this horrible pain after battles and so on. So they search him out. Uh, Also, Captain Marvel decided that he was going to create his paradise in the negative zone. So as his paradise is expanding, it's actually destroying the negative zone. So Annihilus and Blastard team up to take him down because they're losing their part. And we have Paradise X7. They also give a very depressing ending to the Punisher. Basically, in his war on crime, he accidentally kills an innocent family, so he takes his own life because everyone didn't know what happened to the Punisher, and they revealed what happened to him. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. His war on crime would have reached that point, and I totally bought that he would have taken his own life. But that was an interesting end to the Punisher. And we have issue 8. I was mentioning before that humans evolve. Well, the people that the Celestial manipulate evolve to the point where they lose their own identity, and so they literally become the stuff of myths. That's why the aliens. There was this group of aliens that traveled to Earth during Viking times, and then this human thought they were gods, so they took the form of the gods that he worshipped, and that's what happened also to beings like Mephisto and all the demons and so on. They're actually just aliens that took the form of the perceptions of the people of Earth. So that I also thought was kind of interesting. That again, when I first read it, I was like really mad that they did that to they didn't leave any of the magic in the Marvel universe. Well, it's just manipulation by the Celestials. So there's no gods, there's no demons, nothing. It's just but then I started thinking about it, and it kind of makes sense because the Marvel universe has always been more about science. Spider-Man got bitten by a radioactive spider, so the Hulk got created by science. Iron Man, got his powers by science. So it makes sense that they would, again, after reading it for a while, I did kind of like the fact that they explained that there really is no magic in the Marvel universe. Everything is based on science. Like Spoonie says, science. So it took me a couple of reads to actually really dig the X minis. Um, but yeah, a lot of people I remember got really really mad when they did that. This is issue 11, where they made Wolverine fat, and they completely wiped out all the mythology in the Marvel universe. But again, if you really think about it, as I did, it makes perfect sense. Everything in the Marvel universe, the whole Marvel universe is based on science. The DC universe is more mythological, it's more magical and everything, but Marvel has always been about science, and I ended up really really liking the concept and the ideas that they introduced here. Paradise X ends with Captain Marvel says that he can't be the overlord of everything, so he transfers all his powers to Reed Richards. So Reed Richards, with being the brilliant man that he is, might do a better job of keeping everything in order. So that's how this thing resolves itself. Sorry, I didn't talk about much about Paradise X, but it just had a whole bunch of really interesting concepts that, again, I didn't like at first, but as I started thinking more about it, it made perfect sense. And again, Alex Ross doing the covers, really, really cool. So yeah, that was the Marvel alternate reality comic books that I own. Like I said, really, really big fan of throwing characters into different situations. Um, really, really big fan of the X series. Not a lot of people talk about this book for reasons I explained already, but if you have a chance to read it, definitely give it a check. I think it's a really, really good series done by Alex Ross and Kroger. The artwork inside is not done by Alex Ross. It's done by don't know his name, but it's Braithwaite, who did Wolverine Origins for a while, and I like his artwork. It's a very realistic looking artwork. So yeah, definitely give a give a check out to the X Universe books. So yeah, all in all, really enjoyed these alternate reality books. Again, if you have a chance to read any one of them, I would definitely recommend them. Again, sorry for the really long video, but and me ranting about everything. But I hope you like these type of videos. If you really like these collection videos, leave a comment and I'll make more of them. Again, it takes me a long while to talk about the books, but I really like sharing my comic books with everyone. It's again, I've said this before. It's my favorite hobby. And but if you want to see more collection videos, let me know which one. I have a few ideas. I actually want. It's gonna be a massive undertaking, but I really want to make a video of my Batman collection. But I have so many Batman books, I would literally just not have to talk about them, just show the covers and maybe talk about some key issues. But last time I wanted to do that, yeah, it's like 5 boxes full of Batman issues, so I don't know how I'm gonna pull that off, but we'll see. Still, thanks so much for watching. Until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78, signing off.